Did you know thousands of undocumented immigrants in the US come from Asian countries? You might think it's all about borders, but the real stories will shock you. From visa overstays to desperate escapes, here are the top 10 Asian nations with the most undocumented immigrants in America, and the jaw-dropping reasons behind their choices. Stick around because number 1 will blow your mind. Don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe for more eye-opening content. What if I told you that illegal immigration isn't just about sneaking across borders? It's about people chasing dreams, escaping danger, and getting trapped in a broken system. Let's dive in. Cambodia. Why are Cambodians risking everything to stay in the US without legal status? Let's set the scene. It's 2025, and Cambodia's made progress, but life's still a struggle for many. Low wages, think $200 a month for grueling factory work, weak schools, and political pressure make it hard to thrive. For some, a US visa, whether for tourism or study, feels like a golden ticket to a better life. But here's the kicker: many didn't plan to stay undocumented. Some came decades ago as refugees fleeing the Khmer Rouge, while others arrived more recently, hoping for a fresh start. In places like Long Beach, California, home to one of the largest Cambodian communities in the world, they've built tight-knit enclaves. Picture bustling markets, Buddhist temples, and family-run businesses. They work in nail salons, small shops, or cleaning jobs, often earning cash under the table to avoid attention. These are people living in the shadows, not because they want to break the law, but because going back means giving up hope. For young Cambodians, the US offers stability and a chance to send money home to struggling families. Real talk. Imagine leaving your homeland, knowing you might never see your family again, just for a shot at peace. In 2025, they're holding on to faith in immigration reform, dreaming of a day they can live openly. Quick fact, did you know Long Beach's Cambodia town hosts an annual New Year festival that draws thousands? It's a vibrant slice of culture, thriving despite uncertainty. Myanmar. Buckle up for a heart-wrenching story. Myanmar's turmoil is pushing thousands to the US, and many can't go back. Since the military coup in 2021, Myanmar's been a war zone. Violence, protests, and persecution, especially for ethnic minorities like the Rohingya or Karen. For those lucky enough to snag a student or tourist visa, the US feels like a safe haven. But when those visas expire, returning home isn't an option. Going back could mean arrest, torture, or worse. In 2025, undocumented Burmese immigrants are carving out lives in places like Fort Wayne, Indiana, which has one of the largest Burmese communities in the US. They work grueling jobs, think late-night shifts in factories, dishwashing in restaurants, or cleaning offices. These are low-profile gigs that keep them off the radar. They live modestly, often sharing cramped apartments to save money and send whatever they can to family trapped in Myanmar's chaos. What's driving them? Safety, yes, but also freedom. In the US, they can speak without fear, worship freely, and dream of a future without gunfire in the streets. Burmese communities are tight, with churches and cultural centers offering support. But every day is a balancing act, staying hidden while hoping for asylum or a path to legal status. Could you leave everything behind for safety? Drop a breaking heart in the comments if this hits you hard, and share your thoughts. Quick fact: Fort Wayne's Burmese population has grown so much, local schools now offer programs to help kids preserve their language and culture. Think undocumented immigrants are just chasing money? Wrong. These next stories show it's about family, survival, and dreams too big to abandon. Keep watching, this gets intense. Bangladesh. Bangladesh is one of Asia's fastest-growing economies. But don't let that fool you. In 2025, millions still face crushing poverty, with wages as low as $100 a month for backbreaking labor. Add in skyrocketing living costs and scarce jobs, and you've got a recipe for desperation. For many Bangladeshis, the US isn't just a dream, it's a lifeline. Most arrive legally, often on student or visitor visas, but when they see the opportunities here, they can't bring themselves to leave. Picture this. A young Bangladeshi man lands in New York City, dazzled by the skyline. He starts driving for a rideshare app or working at a gas station, earning in a day what he'd make in a week back home. In places like Brooklyn or Detroit, Bangladeshi communities are thriving, with mosques, restaurants, and grocery stores creating a slice of home. These immigrants send money to families in Bangladesh, often supporting entire villages. But here's the catch. The US visa system is a bureaucratic nightmare. Green card applications can take years, even decades, leaving people stuck. So they stay undocumented, working hard and living quietly. For them, it's not about gaming the system. It's about survival and giving their kids a shot at a better life. In 2025, they're betting on hope, praying for a chance to go legal while hustling to make ends meet. Engagement call. If you've ever worked hard to support your family, drop a hand in the comments and hit that share button. Quick fact, New York's Little Bangladesh in Brooklyn is so vibrant, it's got its own street named after a Bangladeshi independence hero. Nepal. Ready for a plot twist? Nepalese students are flocking to US colleges, but many never go home. Why? Nepal's education system is solid, but its job market? Brutal. Even with a degree, finding stable, well-paying work is like winning the lottery. In 2025, more Nepalese students than ever are landing in the US for higher education. Think engineering, business, or IT. The quality is top-notch, and a US degree opens doors, but only if you stay. Here's the reality. After graduation, many face a tough choice. Go back to Nepal, where their skills might go to waste, or overstay their student visas and chase the American dream. Most choose the latter. In cities like Dallas, New York, or Denver, they take jobs in restaurants, gas stations, or delivery services. Anything to pay the bills. Nepali communities are tight, with cultural festivals and temples offering a sense of home. But it's not just about money. In the US, they find freedom to think big, start businesses, or build lives without the rigid expectations of Nepali society. For young women especially, staying means escaping early marriage pressures or limited career paths. Every day, they're weighing risks against dreams, hoping for a chance to go legal. Would you stay in a country for a better future, even without papers? Comment below. We want to hear your story. Dallas's Nepali community is so strong, they've got annual Dashain festivals that draw hundreds for food, music, and dance. Pakistan in 2025 is a land of contrasts. Vibrant culture but plagued by power outages, skyrocketing inflation, and political unrest. For many, the US is a beacon of stability. Thousands arrive legally, often for school, family visits, or short-term work. But once they're here, going back feels impossible. Picture a young Pakistani man in Houston, driving a truck or running a small convenience store. He's earning in a day what he'd make in a month back home, enough to support parents or siblings across the ocean. But it's not just about money. Some flee political persecution or fear violence tied to Pakistan's volatile climate. Others have built lives here, marriages, kids, businesses. In cities like Chicago, New York, or Houston, Pakistani communities are thriving, with mosques, halal restaurants, and cricket clubs creating a sense of home. The problem? Visa overstays are common because green card processes can drag on for years, leaving people in limbo. In 2025, undocumented Pakistanis live quietly, avoiding trouble while contributing to society. They're not just workers, they're neighbors, parents, and dreamers. Their choice to stay is about protecting what they've built and holding on to hope for legal status. Did you know Houston's Pakistani community hosts massive Eid celebrations, drawing thousands for food and festivities? Engagement boost. If you've ever felt torn between two homes, drop a earth in the comments. Vietnam. Vietnam's economy is booming, but for many, it's not enough. In 2025, countless Vietnamese families are stuck in a green card backlog that can last decades. Some arrive on visitor or student visas intending to return, but the allure of better jobs and family ties in the US is too strong. Imagine a mother in California's Orange County, working in a nail salon to send money to her kids in Vietnam. Or a father in Texas, laboring on construction sites to afford a better education for his family. These immigrants often live in vibrant Vietnamese enclaves. Think Little Saigon in California, with its bustling markets, faux shops, and Tet festivals. They're not just chasing dollars, they're building lives. Many have family already in the US, and splitting up feels unthinkable. But the legal path is brutal. Family-based visas can take 10 to 20 years, and not everyone qualifies. So they stay undocumented, working hard, and staying out of trouble. In 2025, their biggest struggle is time. Some have waited so long for legal status, their kids have grown up in the US, calling it home. Their story is one of resilience, faith, and a belief that the future is brighter here, even if the road is rough. Little Saigon in Westminster, California, is the largest Vietnamese community outside Vietnam, with over 200,000 residents. If you've ever waited years for something, drop a C in the comments and share your story. Hold up, even people from rich countries are staying illegally? You've got to hear these next stories. South Korea. Yes, South Korea makes the list. It's a global tech giant with K-pop and skyscrapers, but life there can feel like a pressure cooker. In 2025, South Koreans face insane work hours. Think 60-hour weeks, cutthroat academic competition, and rigid social expectations. For many, the US offers a breath of fresh air. They arrive as students, tourists, or temporary workers, but when visas expire, some choose to stay. In Los Angeles's Koreatown or New York's Flushing, they blend into thriving Korean communities. Picture a young woman running a cafe or a man opening a nail salon, small businesses that fuel their American dream. Others work as tutors or in retail, drawn to a lifestyle that feels freer, less suffocating. It's not always about money, it's about mental peace. In the US, they can chase personal passions without the weight of societal judgment. Korean churches, cultural festivals, and KBBQ joints help them feel connected. But life isn't easy. Living undocumented means constant caution, yet they stay for a chance at a calmer, more open life. In 2025, South Koreans are proof that even successful countries can push people to seek something better. LA's Koreatown is so vibrant, it's got its own annual K-pop festival, drawing fans from across the country. Could you leave a high-pressure life for a fresh start? Drop a micro in the comments. Philippines. The Philippines and the US have deep ties. Think shared history, military bases, and cultural exchange. But in 2025, legal immigration is still a slog. Filipinos are in high demand for jobs like nursing, caregiving, and hospitality, yet visa quotas are painfully limited. Many arrive on work or tourist visas or through job contracts, only to see a better life in the US, higher pay, safer streets, and top-notch schools for their kids. In places like Hawaii, California, Nevada, and New York, Filipino communities are the heartbeat of local culture. Think vibrant fiestas, adobo-filled potlucks, and karaoke nights that bring everyone together. Undocumented Filipinos often work full-time, from hospitals to hotels, sending money home to support entire families. They're known for their work ethic and warmth, blending seamlessly into society. But the visa system is a wall. Family-based petitions can take 15 to 20 years, leaving people stranded. In 2025, many undocumented Filipinos are parents, community leaders, and unsung heroes, waiting for reform while living with integrity. Their story is about sacrifice and hope, proving that illegal doesn't mean undeserving. Daly City, California is nicknamed Little Manila for its massive Filipino population, over 30% of the city. Show love for hardworking communities. Smash that like button and share this video. We're down to the top 2, and these countries dominate the list. Trust me, you're not ready for this. China. China's a global juggernaut, economic might, cultural depth, and a population that powers the world. But beneath the surface, its tightly controlled environment is driving people away. In 2025, political pressure, censorship, and rigid societal rules push many to seek a different life in the United States. They arrive as students on F1 visas, tourists soaking in the sights, or in some cases, through dangerous smuggling routes across borders. The journey isn't easy, and the stakes are high. For many, it's not just about a job, it's about rewriting their entire future. Picture this. A young woman from Shanghai lands in New York City as a student, her suitcase stuffed with dreams and a few family photos. She enrolls in a university, but the weight of China's social credit system and constant surveillance lingers in her mind. After graduating, she faces a choice: return to a life where every word is watched, or stay in the US, even if it means overstaying her visa. She chooses to stay, finding work in a bustling restaurant in New York's Chinatown, where the clatter of woks and the chatter of Mandarin feel like home. But with one key difference: here she can speak her mind. Others take a riskier path, smuggled across the US-Mexico border or hidden in cargo ships. Some pay smugglers, known as snakeheads, tens of thousands of dollars for a chance at freedom. These journeys are grueling, often involving weeks of uncertainty, cramped conditions, and the constant fear of being caught. Once they arrive, they blend into communities in places like Flushing, Queens, or San Francisco's Sunset District, working in factories, nail salons, or delivery services. The work is tough, the hours long, but for many, it's worth it. Why? Freedom of speech, personal space, and the ability to live without the government's eyes on every move. It's a chance to breathe, to build a life where their voice matters. But it's not all rosy. Life as an undocumented immigrant from China comes with challenges. Language barriers, cultural isolation, and the fear of deportation loom large. Yet these communities are resilient. In Chinatowns across the US, mutual aid networks thrive. Families share resources, help each other find jobs, and even pool money to send kids to school. For many, the US offers something intangible but priceless: the chance to be themselves, to dream without limits, and to escape the suffocating control of an authoritarian system. Did you know that smuggling fees from China to the US can cost anywhere from $20,000 to $80,000? Often paid off over years of grueling work. The price of freedom is steep, but for many, it's a price they're willing to pay. Meet Lee, a 30-year-old from Guangzhou who arrived in 2023 as a tourist. Back home, he ran a small blog critiquing local government policies until it was shut down, and he was warned to stay silent. In the US, he now works as a delivery driver in Los Angeles, saving up to bring his wife and daughter over. Here, I can say what I think, he says, and no one knocks on my door at midnight. For Lee, the US isn't just a place, it's a lifeline. India. hold on to your hats because the #1 country sending undocumented immigrants to the US in 2025 might blow your mind. India. Yes, India, the land of vibrant festivals, cutting-edge tech, and a billion dreams, is topping the list. But here's the twist. Most undocumented Indians didn't sneak across a border or hide in the shadows. They walked through the front door, legally, as students, H-1B tech workers, or tourists soaking up the American experience. So what keeps them here? A broken immigration system that traps them in limbo, forcing them to choose between going back or staying to chase the American dream. Let's break it down. Imagine a software engineer named Priya from Bangalore. She lands a job at a Silicon Valley tech firm in 2020 on an H-1B visa. She's brilliant, working on AI that could change the world, and her company loves her. But then the green card wait hits her like a brick wall. For Indians, the backlog for employment-based green cards is a nightmare. Some face waits of 10, 20, or even 50 years due to per-country caps. Priya's visa expires, but she's built a life here, friends, a community, maybe even a partner. Going back to India means starting over in a hyper-competitive job market, leaving behind everything she's worked for. So, she stays, joining the ranks of the undocumented, not because she wants to break the law, but because the system left her no choice. This story repeats across the US. In 2025, undocumented Indians are everywhere, woven into the fabric of American life. They're running gas stations in Texas, driving trucks across the Midwest, or coding at startups in Seattle. Others own small businesses, think corner stores or motels, or work in healthcare, filling critical gaps as nurses or medical technicians. These aren't just jobs, they're lifelines. The US offers opportunities that India's crowded, fiercely competitive landscape often can't match. It's not just about money, it's about freedom, stability, and the chance to build a future for their kids. But life in the shadows isn't easy. Visa overstays mean constant stress, avoiding ICE, dodging background checks, and living with the fear that one wrong move could unravel everything. Yet, Indian communities are tight-knit, supporting each other through temples, cultural festivals, and WhatsApp groups that buzz with job leads and legal advice. In places like Edison, New Jersey, or Houston's Little India, you'll find thriving enclaves where Bollywood music spills from shops, and the smell of biryani fills the air. These communities aren't just surviving, they're flourishing, contributing to the economy and culture in ways that often go unnoticed. What's driving this trend? India's booming population and intense competition for jobs and resources push many to seek opportunities abroad. Add to that the US's allure, its promise of meritocracy, innovation, and a chance to rise, and it's no wonder so many stay. They're not criminals, they're engineers, entrepreneurs, and parents caught in a system that's failed to keep up with their dreams. The green card backlog for Indians is so severe that over 1.2 million are waiting, with some estimates suggesting a 90-year wait for certain categories. It's a bureaucratic black hole that's pushing people into tough choices. Take Arjun, a 28-year-old from Hyderabad who came to the US as a student in 2019. After earning his master's in computer science, he landed a job at a tech firm in Austin, but his H-1B visa ran out, and the green card process was a dead end. Now he's undocumented, working freelance coding gigs and teaching coding to kids in his community. India's home, he says, but here I can build something bigger. I just wish the system would let me do it legally. Arjun's not alone. He's one of thousands chasing a dream in a system that's more maze than pathway. Did India as #1 shock you? Drop a wow in the comments and tell us which country surprised you most. Want to hear more stories like Priya's or Arjun's? Smash that like button and share this post to spread the word about the real faces behind immigration in 2025. Let's keep the conversation going. What's your take on fixing the system? Wow, who knew the stories behind undocumented immigrants from Asia were this deep? It's not just about borders, it's about dreams, struggles, and hope. If this video opened your eyes, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit that bell for more. Let's keep the convo going. What's your take on this? Comment below, and we'll see you in the next video.